Look, I want to be frank with you. The courses you did are not useless. They are not useless. Whether it be on the internet, whether it be socially, whether it be in another group, whether it be you did it in another province, whether it be you did it in another state, whether it be you did it in another city, whether you did it in a small town, whether it's a tourist course, a management course, a leadership course, a course on uh, AI, a course on just PDFs, whatever the course was, it's not useless. If it was something that if it was based on a skill, right? If it was based on a skill or a mechanism of a skill, or if the course was based on human psychology, or if the course involved human interactions, especially if it involved human interactions, it is not useless. It's just that you haven't applied what you've learned. You haven't properly applied what you've learned. You need to apply what you've learned from that course in order to see the proper value in it, in order to understand the proper value in it, in order to comprehend it. You need to apply what you've learned. You need to apply what you've learned to the people around you. You need to apply what you've learned to the people you are about to meet, or the clients that you are about to meet, right? And just apply it to truly understand the value, or how valuable it is in your life. And anyways, even that course, that skill, it can never be useless because it's given you a new experience. Experience is the greatest teacher. Experience is the greatest teacher ever. Experience is the greatest teacher of life. Experience is the greatest teacher of life. The reason you might feel like, yo, someone else has succeeded in this or that is just mainly based on experience, right? You might go and you go for your learner's test, right? You go for your learner's test. You're writing, or you're ticking on that computer. You're ticking on that computer on the learner's test. You're ticking. You're like, okay, it's going well, it's going well. And then you might be halfway. Once you get halfway, now the questions are tougher. Now you have to think more. Now you have to think more. Now you have to try and remember what you studied. Because you did spend a lot of time studying, right? Now you have to think about the time that you studied, and you're thinking, man, you know this question. You remember this question, right? And then you're confident that you'll get it right because you remember practicing. You remember practicing this question. But now there are questions that come up that you don't even know. These are your first time seeing this question. You're like, what? You're like, what is this? Like 20% of the test is questions that you don't know. Questions that you just have to pick. You just have to know. You just have to get right on the fly. You just have to think logically about the question, and then if though you're not sure, you just pick what you feel is right. But opposite you see this girl just going through, ticking, going through the questions, and then she finishes in like 10 minutes, and you like, what? She finishes in 10 minutes, like, what? How did she, like, someone finishes the test so quick? But what you may not realize is that it may be the third time. It may be the third time that that girl's going. It may be the third time that she's having to take that test, or maybe it's the second time, right, that she's taking that test. And in the second time, she is well more prepared. She's well more versed. She's well more knowledgeable. She's well more focused. She's well more like drilled. She's more knowledgeable, she's more focused, she's more open, right? She's taken in more knowledge, she's taken in that experience. The experience of the failure the first time has made it so much smoother for her the second time, has made it so much direct for her the second time. It made it smoother for her the second time, right? Because she failed on the first time. So it's smoother now for her for the second time, right? And that's just what it the the saying that practice makes perfect, the saying practice makes perfect is right, or it's almost there. Like practice makes an improvement. Practice makes a substantial amount of improvement. There's so much improvement that is done from practicing. There is so much improvement that is done from practicing, right? Because you're doing it over and over again. So yes, the premise of practice makes perfect is right. The premise of it is right. It applies. It applies perfectly, because the more you do it, the more you go through it, the more you apply it, the more you practice it, the better you will become. The better you will, the more quality there will be in your work. There will be more quality in what you do. There will be more quality in your work the more you practice it, right? And so that's just it, man. Like, you just need to apply what you've learned. That's what you have to do, right? And understand that, as human beings, we're supposed to learn something new every day. As a human being, you are supposed to learn something new every day. There's something new that you're supposed to read and be like, wow. Or someone tells you something new, something that you didn't know, and it's like, wow, okay. Your brain is constantly supposed to learn something new. That is how you raise your IQ. This is how you raise your IQ, by someone tells you something new, you reading something new, you learning something new for yourself from a video or from whatever. But just having that new knowledge, new information about whales, if there's a whale in the sea, new information about the sky, new information about precipitation, right? New information about photosynthesis, new information about plants, new information about the ice age. Just new information is so valuable and so critical. It is so critical to fill your subconscious with new information and with new trivia. Even trivia is valuable. The knowledge of history is valuable. So valuable to know history, and because history connects to the present. History connects to the present because when you look at history, you realize that the saying that there is nothing new under the sun, you realize that it's true, that there is nothing new under the sun. Because yes, there is nothing new under the sun. It's true, it's fact. There is nothing new under the sun. So you need to understand that, you need to comprehend that, you need to just act on that whim, right? And yeah, man, just also allow God to guide you in the new knowledge. Allow God to guide you in how to present that knowledge, how to formulate that knowledge, right? It's important, it's imperative. Okay, now go and apply these courses, man. Go and apply the knowledge you learned from these courses, right? And one thing, there's one rule I want you to take from this video. One rule I need you to take from this video, right? When you are learning a new course, when you are in that class, or when you're on that Zoom call, or when you're on that online chat with everyone around you, right? And you're learning this new course, it is imperative for you to understand, and you need to put this in your brain, you need to put this in your subconscious. It is your job to get it done, right? It is your job to make it work. You have to make it work. The knowledge has been given to you, right? The course. The teacher, the master has given you the knowledge. He has given you the information. He has given you, or he or she, right? He or she has given you the knowledge. He or she has detailed their experience, the experience of what they went through in making that R1,000,000, the experience that they've had in having a visa, in finally getting that visa, in getting that work permit in France. This, like, they're telling you online, and you pay the course to get a work permit in France, and they're detailing the steps, and they're telling you how they got the work permit to work in France. They're telling you directly, they're giving you a step-by-step breakdown, but this is how I got the work permit in France. And yes, in some cases, like in these entrepreneurial courses, right? In these business courses, in these entrepreneurial courses, there will be some steps that they won't, not that they won't tell you, right? It's not that they're not trying to tell you. It's that they just let the experience, they just let their intuition take over. In some instances, they can give you guidance and they can give you pointers, right? Of what they did. They can give you pointers. And there'll be small gaps. Those small gaps, those are for you to fill. That's your job, to fill those small gaps. That's your job, to fill those small gaps of experience. That's your job, to fill those small gaps of failure, right? That is your job, to fill these gaps, right? That is a rule that I want you to take this rule with you. Take this rule with you every time you have a course, right? It is your job to make it work. I need to emphasize this. Every time you do a course, every time you've taken that course, it is your job to make it work. It is your job to apply it to your life. It is your job to make this thing work for you. It is your job to make this thing work for you, right? It is imperative, right? Allow God to guide you. Allow God to just guide you, man, and lean not on your own understanding. Lean on His, right? Lean not on your own understanding. Lean on His, right? And yeah, man. Yeah, just go and apply. Go and apply these things you are learning. Go and apply the 15-minute YouTube video you just watched. Go and apply it. Go apply it, bro. Take action on it, right? Go apply it. See you.